Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk, and today we are acknowledging that you have been working very hard. It could be different aspects of your life. It could be different projects you're working on. Spirit is coming in and saying, you deserve a reward. What is it going to be? Let's find out together. This is a pick a card, so we're going to choose some different piles here in a minute. But I do want to say thank you so much for being here, all of you, all of my viewers, all the subscribers. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And if you do want a personal reading, if you do want a soul painting or a soulmate drawing, look down in the description for more information. All right, let's get to the piles and see what's happening. Pile 1, we have Brazilian agate. Pile 2, we have moonstone. And pile 3, we have lapis lazuli. So see which pile resonates with you, along with the images there, and we'll get started. Hello pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are exploring that you have been working so hard. And what reward is coming your way? What abundance have you earned for working so hard on what you've been working hard on? So we have different cards in front of us here. We're going to start off with your challenge card. What have you been working on so diligently? Let's get started. The first image I see is one of a sea turtle. A sea turtle is a creature that has to go with the flow. And sometimes different flows carry it to different areas that it actually has to fight those different currents in order to survive. Sometimes those currents will take it towards an area that is too cold for it or too warm for it, and it has to actually swim to survive to get into the right area for its well-being. And I picture this sea turtle being you, fighting these currents that are trying to carry you away. And I sense a lot of frustration. I sense a lot of hard work. And you are getting somewhere. It's just taking a lot longer than you thought it would be. But these currents that are around you are so fast. What does this translate to in your world? I feel like this is telling us that you are working at a breakneck speed. You are working so quickly because there are many deadlines around you, many things that are happening around you, and they all have to be done quickly, efficiently, on time, and perfect, right? And so you're really feeling that struggle to keep up with the pacing of what's expected of you right now in your life. And it is really difficult to. But I see you as this sea turtle, and you are able to keep up, but it is wearing you down, right? It is wearing you down. The next image I see is one of a ship that requires many people to row this ship. And this was always needed when the ship was too close to rocks, so they needed to guide the ship along without relying on the sail. So there's also a lot of different obstacles and pitfalls, different problems that are coming up that are really slowing you down. And it could be a team effort. Maybe you are a leader of this team, but it seems that there's a lot of just day in, day out physical work trying to get things done without hitting a problem, that metaphorical rock with your ship, right? So there's a lot of fast-paced work, and you still have to steer yourself away from the different problems. It seems like a lot to handle. And yes, it sounds like you've been working very hard. Something you're not aware of is that I see a setting sun. And usually we see this as the ending of something good. But I see this actually as an ending to this time, an ending to this endless, quick-paced work, this physical day in, day out time of your life. It is ending, even though you're not aware of it quite yet. So I would see this as a very good sign for you, because this has been such a struggle for you, and it would be for anyone. And you have actually been able to adeptly follow these currents into where you need to go and actually get these projects done. But overall, it's really worn you out. What you are aware of is you've really been successful at getting these things done. I see a person punching through concrete, almost like a karate master, punching through concrete blocks. And I do see that other people around you have really taken notice to what you have been doing, and they have been amazed. They have been amazed at what you have been able to accomplish in the amount of time that you've accomplished it, and just the quality that you have been able to produce with this. All of this tells me that you are incredibly adaptable, you are incredibly strong-willed, you are a good team player when it counts. You can survive in a quick-paced time of your life, but that's not necessarily where you want to spend all of your time. You don't love the quick-paced work. You don't love the in and outs of dodging all of these different problems. You do like a challenge, but maybe not so many all at once. So what's really coming up for you? What is the beginning of your reward after all of this hard work? Well, I mentioned in that top card that people are noticing that you are accomplishing all of these different goals. You're actually on track. You are making things work. And I feel like some of you are entrepreneurs out there, and others are working in a bigger corporation. But both of you are going to be rewarded. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have your own company, or you are working on your own project, a person is going to have an interest in you. Financially, I do believe they will have an investment for you. And this will actually set you up for your next stage, so you aren't battling so much all at once. If you are in a bigger corporation, you're actually going to get some accolades. You're going to get some recognition for all of this hard work that you're doing, and it may actually lead to a bonus for you at the end of this year, which is wonderful. So all of this is being rewarded. It is not a waste of time. It's not anything that is going to be overlooked, which is wonderful news. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that abundance can come in with finances, it can come in with spirituality, and it can come in with emotionality. I do sense more of a workplace feel to this, but if you get a sense of something that applies to your own world that's outside of the workplace, I'd love to hear about it. Because with this abundance, it really can mean all three. So after this person comes in, you've been working so hard, and what's interesting is if this person hadn't been watching you, you would still have to continue to work hard, because I feel like you're the only person that can do this job at the moment, and if you hired on other people, you couldn't afford it. So with this is going to lend some stability for you, so you can actually hire on more people. Or if you're in a bigger company, you can actually take on other people into your team and they can dedicate funds to it. So you are going to have a lot more stability in your life, which is wonderful because you have earned it. You've been working so hard and just succeeding at every step of the way. And I want to congratulate you on that, on a job well done. I see a triangle with you meditating in the middle. And as we know, the triangle is really the most stable geometric shape. And I really feel like you're going to feel more balanced. You're going to have a little bit more time in your life. And it's going to lead to other parts of your life feeling more abundant as well. And maybe that's why there were 3 coins in that change. That's interesting. Because in the next card, your environment, how it's going to affect your environment, there's not going to be those chaotic problems that pop up anymore, because you're going to have more people that are helping you out. There will still be the normal problems that every day has for us, different challenges to meet, but definitely doable. You're not going to feel like that sea turtle in the beginning. You're going to feel a lot more stable. And I see you holding out a tray and actually being able to give back, give a gift, give love back to the people around you. And this doesn't necessarily mean romantic love. This just means affection, right? You are appreciative of them being around you, and you have a better sense of being with this change in your life, with this person coming in and saying, you know what, I like what you're doing, here's some compensation for it. And just that additional staffing helping you is going to be amazing. Ultimately, I see you water skiing attached to a motorboat now. So rather than being in the currents like the sea turtle fighting for your life, you are above the water. You are moving even faster now, but in a very controlled way. So you are actually going towards your goal quicker, in a more efficient way, in a more stable way, in a way that you can direct where it's going to go. You're just so much more in control, and you are going to continue to accomplish even more than what you think you can accomplish. It's a wonderful reading, and Spirit wants you to know that you've been doing an excellent job with what you have, but also there is help coming in to even provide more stability, more speed, but less problems, which everyone wants to hear, right? That's just an amazing reading. So thank you, Spirit, for that. And thank you for being here with me today. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for lending your energy to the reading. It always helps have this be a better reading with you here. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, Spirit is recognizing that you have been working hard. So what reward is coming into your life because of this? What's on its way? We're going to find out together. So we have several cards in front of us here, but I want to point out that the first card is your challenge card as to what is happening right now that you are trying to overcome. What have you been working hard at? And then the rest will be more in depth about what's happening now and what's going to happen in the future about that reward. So let's get started. The first image I see is the scales of Themis, which is the goddess and personification of justice, divine order, law, and custom. So with this, there may be a huge injustice that you are trying to overcome. I feel like on this channel we have many justice warriors here because this has come up many different times, and I'm glad, because the more we fight injustice, the better this world is. And so personally, I want to applaud you for fighting this injustice that is going on in your world. I see that the scales are not tipped in your favor right now, but you are fighting it, and you are continuing to fight it. The next image I see is one of a samurai warrior, and they are fighting off many different arrows that are coming in at them. I feel like right now in your life, there are many different people trying to prove that you are in the wrong. This could be from one incident, this could be from several different incidents in your life, and you are fending them off with your sword of truth. You are holding to your own. You are not backing down, but you are saying, no, I have the truth. I know what happened, and this is an injustice, and it will not stand. Spirit wants to applaud you for this as well. The fact that you are pictured so heroically here is just a testament to your honor, your morality, your uprightness, and just your sense of justice in the world. It's absolutely fantastic. This does not come without a price. I know this can be exhausting to keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. So let's see what else is happening. So up till this point, you have been really defending yourself very well and actually making headway towards righting this wrong. What you are not aware of is the person that has been firing these arrows, or the people that have been firing these arrows, are now out of ammunition. They have no more arrows to shoot. That means there are no more ways they can distort the truth. They can try and say you're wrong. They have run out of ways to try and make this work in their favor. That is wonderful news. Absolutely wonderful. Because you may have been getting very exhausted with this, and this means that this is actually coming to a close, this chapter of injustice. And we are going to see what's going to happen, but the fact that your opponent or opponents are now out of ways to say that you are wrong in this is wonderful news. Yet you don't know it yet. The next image that I see is one that you are aware of, and I want you to picture this. because this is what Spirit is telling me. There are dark clouds above. There's this beautiful landscape down below with a river winding through the valley, mountains in the back. All is cloudy. All of a sudden, the light breaks through these clouds. And some of us call these God rays. God looking down on us, breaking through the darkness. And as you see this right now, you are wondering if it is a false hope. Is this something that is really happening? Could there be an actual end to this injustice? Spirit is saying this is not a false hope. This is real. The clouds are moving away. The sun is coming out to shine, and in the light, the truth will be known. The big change in this and in your world is that you are going to have time to rest. I see a picture of you rising above the water finally, not struggling to stay afloat, and you will have time to contemplate, time to meditate, and actually take stock of where you're at, because no more problems are coming in your way. No more lies are coming in your way, because the people that have been telling them are now out of them. How is this going to affect you? Well, as this was a very big conflict in your life, you kept running into these people and having to fight them off. It is now a time of separation from these people. So, it could be that if this was a workplace conflict, that you will be leaving the company. But you will still get a good recommendation to your next company, or this person will be leaving the company and you will get to remain. It just depends on the situation. This is a general reading. I'm getting that both of these people could be you. I see a person standing and one walking away. And I see a point of conflict here in the card, and then several different arrows coming up. So it's definitely a point of separation. The good news is you will not have to deal with these people anymore. You will not have to deal with their lies anymore. You will be able to move on from this conflict, which is wonderful news. Now, what you may be wanting to hear, and sometimes we don't get this answer, but I see your sword being thrust into the earth and just really standing tall. The person or people that kept spreading these lies about you have karma coming up to them. They will have to atone for that. They will have to deal with that karma. You will not. You having a conscience that is clean, is clear, and can move on right away is the best gift of all. Because you will be able to think level-headedly into your next chapter, to where they will be confused. They may make wrong decisions, but in the light of karma, in the light of goodness, we wish them on their way to be a better person next time. But you won't have to deal with them. What is truly an amazing card I see up top here is you holding your sword, kneeling down, giving thanks to Spirit, but coins raining down on you. There is so much abundance coming towards you in many different ways, because you have held your truth, you have held your morality, you have kept your honor, and you are now in good karma. You are carrying that karma along with you and into your next chapter, and this is going to be a huge reward coming your way for this abundance. So pile 2, I'm very happy for you. I'm extremely happy for you. I know this has not been easy at all. Many of us probably would have run away at this point, but you held your ground and saw it through. And Spirit is coming to tell you that the end is near for this and there will be a good outcome. So thank you so much, Spirit, for this message, and thank you for being here to lend your energy to this reading. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, we are acknowledging that you have been working so hard, and we are asking Spirit, what reward is coming your way? How's it coming into your life? We're going to see how this works out. So we have several different cards in front of us here, but the first card is the challenge card. What is the challenge that you've been working on? What have you been struggling with? And then we're going to move into what's happening now and what will happen in the future with your reward. So let's get started. Right away, I felt a sense of immediacy, trying to get to that goal that you've been working on, and regardless of your surroundings, regardless of anything that's going on in your life, you have a real desire to get this done, which is wonderful. And I picture a comet streaming across the sky. But there is a slight problem as you go towards this goal. Just like a comet, you are shedding little pieces of yourself as you go along. What does that mean? This can be a good thing. This can be a troubling event. And we really need to look at it a little deeper. So when you're going towards a goal and you have a balanced life, and then you decide to go towards a goal that makes you sacrifice different things in your life, like maybe you don't have enough time to hang out with friends, maybe you don't have enough time to work out, maybe you don't have enough time to cook at night so you don't have a good meal, maybe you don't have enough time to sleep, maybe you don't have enough time to look into different hobbies that you would like to. But you are so focused on this goal, and it happens to all of us. I will tell you that when you are truly focused on accomplishing something and everything else has to fall to the wayside, you do lose different pieces of you along the way. And sometimes in life that is just necessary. That can be necessary. But we have to be mindful of it. We have to question ourselves, is this truly necessary at this point? Am I having to go into survival mode, or can I take a different route? But in this card here, in this challenge, I'm seeing it as something that you are totally driven on, and it's almost divine inspiration getting you to this goal. So whatever else is falling to the wayside has to be at this point. I feel that Spirit is really cheering you on to get to this goal. It's almost like a creative fervor, right? Like Mozart would stay up all night, all day, all night, all day, not eating, not sleeping, and he would just pass out afterwards. And he would have to get all of this stuff down on paper, and then he would just pass out afterwards. So it's almost like this creative fervor. And I see a lot of fire here. I see a lot of creation going on, which is wonderful. But we also have to realize that this can't go on forever. So what's going to happen? I see a moment of you looking back at the person you were before you started this project. And between that person that you were and the person that you are now, there are many different pieces scattered on the floor because you had to shed those pieces in order to achieve your goal. And you're looking back and you're thinking, wow, I don't know if I quite recognize myself right now. And that could be a positive, right? That could be a definite positive of, I like the person I am right now. This is wonderful. I didn't need any of those things. Or, wow, I really miss this part of my life. I miss that part of my life. I wonder if I can get those back. So we'll continue to explore, but think about those questions as we move along. In your subconscious, your body is ready to rest. You have been moving so quickly towards this goal for, I feel like, at least a long time, at least a month, if not more. And your body is ready to rest. And so your body may be giving you signals to that, saying that it is time to rest, time to take a break. And sometimes our mind can take over and say, no, we have to get this done. We have to live in this rational world of there is a deadline. There is something that we have to do. There are consequences if we can't get it done. And so you've been telling your subconscious to take. So you've been telling yourself that I cannot rest yet. I cannot be distracted. I must keep going. Well, now some really good news. Spirit is going to let you in on a secret that you are going to actually accomplish your goal. And that is not the end of the reading, which may be surprising for some of you. So with this, you are accomplishing your goal that you have strived to get for so long. And that is wonderful. Congratulations. You've earned it. You've done so much to get to that point and actually grab that theoretical trophy, right? So, what is next? What is next after that goal? Why is this not the end of the reading? Let's find out. What is this reward that's coming in? Was it not the goal? Well, it was. But there's actually something more going on here, even beyond your goal that you wanted to accomplish. So Spirit wants you to finally have time to reflect and rest, to look back at the person that you were. Look at the person that you are now. Gather up all of those different pieces that have changed. Maybe write down a list of things that have changed in your life. And see where they're at. See what is a positive for you. See what is a negative for you. See what you would rather have back in your life and what you want to throw away. It's a time of reckoning. It's a time of judgment for yourself. This is yourself judging yourself on where you're at now and where you want to be. After you've collected all of these pieces, I truly see a picture of you looking at each piece and weighing whether they should stay or not. So should you continue to look for hobbies that you are really interested in? Should you contact your friends again? Should you start cooking your meals again? Do you have time to read that book? Do you have time to watch that show? Do you have time to have a rounded out life again? A more balanced life again? And Spirit is saying that you need this. You may not need everything that you used to do, but there are some things in your life that will be necessary to move forward, to keep balanced, and to keep strong. With your environment around you, I see infinite possibilities of you, and the blessing in this and the reward in this, beyond you reaching your goal, is that you actually get to choose. You get to choose who you're going to be after this, how you're going to live after this, because I feel like this was a really big goal in your life. and you will accomplish it. But what happens after that goal? And you actually get to choose this. I also see you holding up a coin of abundance and actually having that trophy stating that you accomplished your goal. So in a rare occasion, you get your goal and abundance and to get to choose who you're going to be after this. It's quite the gift, pile 3. It is quite the gift. And most of you know by now, abundance for me can be physical, can be financial, can be spiritual or emotional. Those are really what is symbolized in this coin here that you're holding up. And to have balance back into your life and accomplish your goal is amazing. And you may want to think of a different goal in mind, but does it really need to be so feverishly pursued? Can you maintain your balance while going after your next goal? That's a question for you and what Spirit wants you to think about. It seems like you really get to have your cake and eat it too, is the expression. So it's wonderful news for you that you get to accomplish your goal, you have abundance coming your way, and you get to choose what's in your life. That's a very rare occasion. A lot of times we lose things along the way and we can't get them back, but you have a choice. So there you go, pile 3. I hope this brings you clarity, and thank you, Spirit, for this message. And thank you for being here and lending your energy to this reading. It always helps. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.